And what you give me lets me know that we'll be alright. Yeah. All I had this night. Oh, that would be enough till the end of time. Till the end of time. Rest your will be.
Hey you guys, y'all already know what it is. This your girl Devine Shay, and I am back with the second episode to the series of the evolution of Devine Shay. Okay? What I want to talk to you about real quick before we jump into the video is this is my middle school era mixed with a little bit of other things, letting you know a little bit more about my life and the things that I endured in my life that basically help the evolution of Devine Shay. For y'all who are very sensitive to things, grab your tissues. You might be crying. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's going to end very, very weird, but interesting, making you want to watch the next video. So I recommend all you guys to stay with me the whole video. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like, comment, and share this video. And turn on that notification bell so you do not miss a beat. But anyways, with that being said, let's hop right into this video, you guys. What's up, you guys? This your girl Devine Shay, and I am back with episode 2 to the series, The Evolution of Devine Shay. The last, episode, I left off talking about basically a little bit of my childhood and how my mother was my best friend, how a teacher set the tone of me feeling like I wasn't liked, would never have any friends, anything of that nature. But anyways, we're fixing to fast forward a little bit into basically middle school era. Okay, in middle school, the same things that I dealt with in elementary, kindergarten, first grade, I was still going through. I was a very silent child. I never really went anywhere, never really did much. I did have a friend by the name of Maya Fuller at the time, and I really thought she was my friend until one day me doing right backfired in my face. She was dating a boy named David in school, and David so happened to want to slip me what he, I guess, called a flirting letter, little letters that you get in middle school, and stuff of that nature. He decided that he wanted to slip me a letter. Me being the loyal friend that I am, the genuine person that I am, I decided to, I seen what it said, calling me the finest freshman, everything of that nature. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going for that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let Maya know immediately. Who would have known me doing the right thing and letting Maya know immediately what was going on was going to backfire in my face. Now, you guys, I'm not going to lie. She got upset with me, hoopla, hurrah, talking mess, that I myself began to get upset. I wanted to fight her after school, which I do not condone violence. I'm letting that be known in this video right now. I do not condone violence. But I was a teenager. I'm young, you know what I'm saying, middle school. I wanted to show her something like, hey, I'm trying to be a good friend, and you are over here, tripping, like, off of me doing the right thing. You're tripping with you should really be tripping with your boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? At that point, I knew, once again, friends aren't friends. You can't rely on friends, anything of that nature. Yet again, I had to go to God, and I was like, God, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. I did what I was supposed to. At that point in time, I realized, you know what? Friends are completely out the door. I had, associates, Travani, Chasten, people that I knew, you know what I'm saying? But those girls never really hung around me. Another girl named Destiny, they really didn't hang around me. They lived in my neighborhood, and they would always say weird things like, you don't leave your house, and you only sit in the front yard, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, thinking to myself, yes, my mom's a very strict mother, and that's really why I don't leave the front yard. But y'all don't like me, and I noticed that. And my mom taught me about this thing called discernment. So apparently I had the gift of discernment at a very early age. They had no good intentions for me. They wanted to take me out just to embarrass me because I'm not going to lie, I grew up, and yes, when my mom, was up on her feet at her best in life before an accident she had in my life, I had everything. You know what I'm saying? I was spoiled rotten, but at this time, I'm kind of struggling. You know what I'm saying? I'm living in the ghetto. I'm struggling, and I didn't have what those kids had, so they really just wanted me to go out and about with them so they could embarrass me, make me feel bad, put me down, talk about me, things of that nature. It began to take a mental toll on me. I did not realize all the mental stuff that I was going through as a itty bitty child and into my teenagehood was going to affect me so badly that I developed an anxiety disorder at the age of 16 years old. I know this series is going to be going a lot back and forth because there's a lot of parts that I know I'm missing that will come to my mind. I lived with my grandmother before even living in San Antonio, Texas, in the ghetto. I lived with my grandmother, and living there was not the best all the time. It was kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? I lived a life of, you go to school, you come home, you clean up, you cook, you take your bath, you go to sleep, get back up for school, repeat. You know, it was really hard. I grew up in a very harsh era when I was staying at my grandmother's house. Rest her soul, rest my grandfather's soul. I love them so much with all my heart, and I do miss them a lot. I wish they were still here. I grew up in a harsh environment. So really my anxiety developed before I reached San Antonio, Texas. It developed at my grandmother's house. I had my first job working at a nursing home, and I don't know, one day I was just walking down the hallway, and it's like I knew I was still a part of the world and life, but I just didn't feel myself. It felt like I was just floating, and it scared me S-less. I don't want to say the bad word, but it scared me, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on with me? So a nurse who knew my mother, because my mother and my grandmother, we all worked at the same nursing home. My grandmother did laundry, my mother was a certified nurse assistant, and I was a housekeeper. So we all worked at the same place. A nurse was walking down the hallway, and she seen me, and she immediately was like, okay, I'm going to take your vitals. She yelled at another nurse to go get my mother. They went and got my mother. At that point in time, I still don't know what's going on. My heart rate was elevated. They said I needed to hurry up and get to the ER, which was around the corner from the nursing home. My mom gets to me. She takes me to the ER, and mind you, I see somebody sitting in there bleeding, and they're not even trying to help the bleeding person. So I'm like, I'm not bleeding, so I can imagine how long they're going to make me wait. Not to mention, I don't know how long the person who was sitting there bleeding, yet alone from their head, I don't know how long they were sitting there. So my mom goes, you know what, baby? Let's go. We're leaving. And I was so scared. You know what I'm saying? But she took me home, and she said a prayer for me, and I calmed down. I thought that would be the first and last anxiety/panic attack I would ever have in my life. To my knowing now, it was not. It was the first of many. I still suffer from anxiety. I am 32 years old, and I've been dealing with it for 16 years. I pray every day of my life that it will go away, and I know and have faith in my heart that it will go away, but developing that at such a young age because of everything people had put me through and the problems and stress and pain I was bottling up inside, it gave me anxiety, and it ruined my life at an early age. No 16-year-old should be having to deal with that. I wanted to be the normal teenager, roaming, having fun, and just living my best life, not what is going to cause it to trigger, what is going to, happen, things of that nature. It was just really embarrassing to have, and still to this day, I feel it's embarrassing to have, but now I know I'm not the only one with it, and I like to raise awareness about it. Take your mental health serious, check in on your loved ones. Don't be a bully to people. Love people with your whole heart, 100% genuinely. Anyways, back to this story. Um, living where I was at when I moved to San Antonio, those kids did not like me. I developed my first boyfriend. His name was Holden. I liked him because he had green eyes. Like, I was young and dumb. I went after people for the wrong reasons. But he had the most beautiful as eyes. But he was cheating on me with a girl named Destiny. And it was just like, I really thought in my heart, being that I was such a sweetheart, that nobody would cheat on me. They wouldn't mess me over. They would love me. They would cherish me. Boy, was I wrong. I've been getting cheated on since I was a teenager. People have not been loyal to me all my life. I really just don't understand for the life of me why people do me the way they do me. Now, if I went back in time and did the same thing to them, how would they feel? But, life, this is real life. We don't have a travel time machine where we can go back in there and be like, okay, I'm going to fix this. If we did trust and believe, I actually wouldn't go back and do it because it helped the evolution of Devine Shay. It helped me become who I am today. But, I got cheated on a lot. I got played. I got manipulated. I got made fun of. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's really not because it hurt me. I developed trust issues at a very early age because of it. I couldn't trust people. I finally figured out, like what you were going through as a kid was true. You're not going to have nobody to trust. You're not going to have no friends aside from your mother, your heavenly father up above, and my two brothers. You're not going to have anybody, just be okay with that. But I was never okay with that. I always wanted a friend. Like, who doesn't have somebody who they can just pick up the phone and be like, hey, girl, or what's up? I'm going to do da 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 da, with their homeboy or something like that. I didn't have that. So when I hurt and I went through things and I didn't want to bother my mom, or I felt like I was bothering God, which now I know whenever I talk to God, I'm never bothering him. But I felt like at that time I was. It just got to the point I would sit in the room and it's like sitting in a room looking at the walls and pure silence was driving me crazy. I'd have to turn on my music. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to turn it on. And yeah, a lot of times I'd turn on music that made me cry and my mom would just not understand what I was doing. I loved music. Like I said in the series before, I love music. It was my outlet for any emotion. But she never understood why I would turn on music and cry. And the reason for me doing that, Mom, if you ever watch this, it was because I held so much pain inside and it hurt me. And I needed to let out that hurt. I was tired of bottling it in because it was literally hurting my chest, giving me headaches, making the anxiety attacks worse. There you have it. Now you know why I was having so many anxiety attacks at such an early age. I was hurting with nobody to talk to, nobody to care. And I'd turn on the music, I'd shed my tears, and afterwards I'd feel better. Then I'm listening to, some hip hop and stuff like that and rap music. It actually made me start writing music at an early age. I had wrote a song called Apple of My Eye, for one of my crushes, although you see how the emotion changed real quick. He cheated on me too, but I wrote a song for him. It was called The Apple of My Eye. I still have not recorded the song or released it. So, if y'all want that, let me know in the comments down below. I am an artist. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I do still sing. I don't just rap, act, and model and all that. I do still sing as well. So, let me know if y'all want that. And I will most definitely give it to you. But, I had to turn to music, and a lot of times I turned to gospel music that allowed me to worship, pour my heart out, and just have my time with God. Because, like I said, since a little kid, since the age of 6 or 7, going through what I went through, God was my only friend that I could actually go to who would not judge me for my mistakes, my mess ups. He loved me through it all, regardless of anything. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, my teenage life did not get any better at all. It really did not. And it really hurt, People also would talk to my butt. Let's get into that. Y'all know me as Big Booty Devine Shay, Bubble Butt Devine Shay, Thick Shay, Big Shay. My body started developing at an early age. I still don't have no breasts, but I got booty galore, okay? And at a young age, having a booty, they were like, ooh, you bad, and da-da-da-da. People would literally talk to my butt and not talk to me. Like, I should be embarrassed to say this right now, but being that I'm letting y'all know my whole life, the evolution of Devine Shay, I'm not holding back at all. But as a teenager, it hurt me to go through that. You know what I'm saying? I was not yet ready to embrace that part of life. So I would just sit, I'd cry about it, and I'm just like, you know what, God, I don't know what to do. Yeah, I hear all these songs about butt, body figure and stuff, and the music was just, I'd even dance to some of it, but being put in situations where you notice people are only paying attention to your rear end is really just embarrassing. And I was like, is this what we're doing? Really? So yeah, this is what we're gonna do, right? Okay. It just really made me hate myself the way I was shaped for a while, that I did begin to stress so much that I lost a lot of weight. I started trying to pick up things like yoga and stuff, turned anorexic. I don't have nothing against anorexic people, any people of any size, sort of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything against it. We're all battling something out there, when it comes to our image, our weight, how we feel inside, how it makes us look outside, we battle it, you know what I'm saying? But I want to let y'all know, after going through everything I went through as a teenager with my body and people doing what they were doing, you're not alone. You are not alone. I know your pain. I know what you're going through. It's a struggle every day. It's a mental problem with you every day, just trying to figure out how to love yourself. That's the thing. When you learn to love yourself, then those things don't bother you no more. I hadn't got to that stage in my life yet, you know what I'm saying? So it really just hurt, there was times I did try to embrace it, and I was going against the grain with my mother, showing just a tad bit too much of my body and revealing a little bit too much of myself, that it's like we would clash, bump heads, because growing up in a melanated household, you trying to show your booty at an early age and stuff like that, you get called a fast cow. Like, I don't know who you think you is, trying to be fast, this, that, and the third, and I'm in my bedroom thinking to myself, like, ain't nobody trying to be fast. Ain't nobody trying to show out. I can't help that I'm like this. You had me. Like, you made me this way. Like, I would have a lot of thoughts going through my head instead of just sitting down and talking with my mom, because I didn't have enough sense to do that at that time, I would sit and just, oh my gosh, why is she getting on me, and da-da-da-da-da, and I would just also let those thoughts take control of my mind, which led to what? More panic attacks, more anxiety attacks, which I want to let y'all know. That first attack I told y'all about when I was 16 years old working at the nursing home was a panic attack. They started off at the worst level they possibly could start at, panic. They lowered down to anxiety, but I kept having them was the problem. You know what I'm saying? It was just crazy, We moved several spots in San Antonio over my life, and finally we reached these apartments called the Artisans at Willow Springs in San Antonio, Texas, off of Gimbler Road. Yes, we reached there, and when I say life for me dramatically changed, that's where I met my first child's father. With that being said, I'm going to stop this video, and y'all gotta wait till the next episode, because meeting him was my first heartache, first real pain, and what really made me want to get in my music bag and start chasing my dreams even harder. My first heartbreak was with him. The things I went through before getting pregnant by him and everything will stun y'all. And even the things I went through after him. Meaning, I'm with him now, but oh my gosh, I did not know the things I was going to endure at all. I'm going to go ahead and close this out, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Can't give y'all too much at once. I got to keep y'all, wanting more and wondering what's going to happen next. But my word of advice to y'all in this series would be, well, really this episode of the series of my evolution of Devine Shay, my advice to you would be, don't care what people say about you. If they're talking to your breast, ignore them. They're being ignorant. They're talking to your butt, ignore them. They're being ignorant. Anxiety, depression, anything of that nature, any mental health issue is very much real. Seek immediate help and attention if you feel like you have any of those things. I will, well, you know what, before I end this video, I'll speak on what are some of the signs and symptoms. So if you feel like you have them, please contact somebody who can get you some help, or let a loved one know so you can get treated for it. Signs and symptoms of anxiety is feeling like you're not a part of the earth, part of the world, but you know you're physically there. You can feel your body and stuff, and you know you're there. Clammy palms, clammy feet, feeling sweaty and clammy all over your body, fast-paced breathing, shallow breathing, dizziness, trembling of the body or extremities of the body, chest pains, things of that nature. If you experience any of that, please seek immediate help and ask God also to, heal you of the situation. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, this episode is done for right now, and I would love for you guys to please tune into the next one, where I'll be letting you know about my first child's father, the experience, and how that was also the change of my teenage entering adulthood for the worst part of my life. But yeah, I love you guys. Remember, if nobody else loves you, so does God. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss a beat. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you just have something you would like to say about this, leave it down below in the comment box. I love you guys, and yes, we are still the Heavenly Squad. Bye, you guys. Thanks for watching.
And what you give me lets me know that we'll be alright.